Alma travels to Trine this weekend, a 5-2, 4-0 Alma team versus a Trine team that's 4-3, 2-2 in the conference, coming off of a loss at Kelvin, a 34-31 loss on the road. This is a matchup that I fully expect Alma to come in and just be able to put up points. I think this Alma offense just obviously has a ton of momentum. This Alma team continues to get better. This is a Trine team that gives up 237 yards on average through the air, 133 yards on the ground. This is going to be a matchup for this Alma offense. I think you're going to continue to get guys like Carter St. John playing well. I think you're going to continue to get guys involved offensively. Eddie Williams. You're going to get guys like Zach Poff, Sam Couch, kind of a lot of these same types of guys. TJ Seller has been being more involved in this passing offense as well. Miles Haggart has been too. They're getting guys that have been contributing every single game, but they're continuing to get better. They're continuing to get more guys involved, which not only makes this offense that much more electric, they're going up against a defense that gives up almost 30 points a game. And this is an offense for Alma that averages over 40 points a game. Now, this is a Trine offense that averages a little over 33 points per game, but you just look at what Alma has defensively compared to what Trine has done this year. Alma's much better defensively than Trine. Now, I do think that Trine is going to continue to try to throw the ball quite a bit, and that's where Trine has had the most success, and that's been where Alma's kind of been, quote unquote, the weakest point at it. So I definitely think that's going to be something that Trine is going to try to do. I think they're going to try to get a lot of their guys like Rayshawn Street involved, Jeremy Williams involved, Tristan Burris involved, Zach Pillow involved. They have multiple guys through the air that has been involved in this offense, and it's truly going to be relying on RJ West. He's been kind of the guy that's been the main go-to quarterback for this Trine team. 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a little less than 65% from the field. He's going to be able to obviously throw the ball around a little bit, but you have a guy in Ivan Collins that has played 5 games. He has 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. There's been multiple guys for this Trine team, especially at the quarterback position, that has truly been able to contribute for this team. I don't think this is going to be a game that you're going to probably see Ivan Collins. Maybe you might see. I think it's going to truly be RJ West, and it's going to truly be about what can Trine do against this Alma defense, because even though this Alma offense has been very good, we need to talk about this Alma defense. I continue to talk about guys like Jack King, Ryan Kugelman, but I think one guy that you really need to keep an eye on for is Preston Marlatt. I think he's been pretty good this year. 28 tackles on the year, 1 interceptions, 2 tackles for loss. He's going to be a guy that I think Trine's going to have to keep an eye on for. You also obviously have Brock Boudre, 33 tackles on the year, 2 interceptions. There's guys on this Alma defense that has been able to force turnovers. I think this is going to be something that Alma's going to obviously try to do in this game. I think they're going to be able to do in this game. And especially coming off of a loss against Kelvin, I think this Trine team is going to really be looking for a win, but I don't think they're going to get it, because it's one thing to obviously travel on the road to try to be a team like Trine, a decent team in Trine, but just the way this Alma team has been playing overall, I just really truly don't see Alma not winning this game whatsoever. I think they're going to be able to dominate. I think offensively they're going to be able to put up points. This is a very high-paced, high-scoring type offense that it's going to truly be hard for any team to stop, and it's truly when they're able to get up by quite a bit, it's really hard to come back from these guys. And I think a couple of those really players that I talked about, a couple of these factors, just the high pace, just kind of the momentum for both of these teams, I think that's going to truly play and be really the biggest difference in this game, is that Alma has all the momentum in the world. They just need to win out to win the MIAA. They need to win out to get to the NCAA playoffs. And if they do that, then you never necessarily know what happens. This is an offense that can win you quite a few games. I think this team is going to continue to be motivated. I think this team is going to continue to show up every single game because they realize that they need to win this type of game. And I think that focus, I think that offense, I think this defense is truly going to propel Alma over Trine. I honestly don't think it's going to be really that close. I think it's, even though it's on the road, I just think that Alma has way too much confidence, way too much talent, and just way too much high tempo offense and just defensive players that have been able to make impacts, force turnovers. I think that's truly going to be the reason why Alma win this game. And there's a few opportunities for trying to obviously win this game as well. If they can pass the ball, if they can force Carter St. John or maybe Eddie Williams to make mistakes. Alma's been pretty good at not making mistakes. If you can obviously do that or maybe get out to a fast start, there's a real possibility for an upset here. But Alma's been really good at even responding when other teams have gotten off to a fast start, besides a couple of losses that they had early on. But this Alma team is not anywhere close to what the Alma team was early on. I think this Alma team is healthy. I think this Alma team is continuing to get better. And I think you truly see why this Alma team is at the top of the MIAA, even though there was obviously the controversial end to the Alma Hope game. But this is an Alma team. I think they're going to be able to win this game pretty comfortably. I think defensively they're going to make RJ West make some mistakes. I think they're going to be able to get stops. And I think this offense for Alma will continue to be explosive. And even if they're not, they're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to be able to throw the ball. You have teams been able to do that against Trine. I don't think Alma's going to struggle doing that whatsoever. And even if it's a close game in the first half, I think after halftime it's just going to be one of those things that Alma's going to just put the pedal to the metal. They're going to be able to put up points. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Alma goes in a half and up by a decent margin as well. And you see quite a few players play in this game as well. None of that would surprise me. A win for Trine would obviously surprise me. I'm not predicting that. I don't expect that to happen. There's talent on this Trine team, but I think this Alma team is just way too talented, way too much athletic, way too just good overall to not keep their eye on the prize and winning this game, winning the MIAA, and then going to the NCAA tournament. Definitely possible. Definitely they could lose it. I just don't see it. And I think a couple of the players that I mentioned truly making these plays offensively, defensively, just this offense and defense overall is just going to be way too much for trying that one. But if you enjoy this content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. I'll obviously recap this game as well, talk about what happened, why either Alma or Trine won this game, stuff like that. There will definitely be a lot more Alma content in the near future. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And I will be back shortly talking about what happened in this game.